Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hobby Dude 007 channel. Since our next on the workbench video, I've gotten a little done on the Petty Enterprise Thunderbird, and I'll be sharing that with you in an upcoming video, as well as a little bit done on Sally's Mustang as far as compiling some of the parts, and we'll be sharing that with you pretty soon too. But today I'm actually on our 007 channel signature vehicle, our keep your hands off my stash, Hobby Dude stash. So I want to share with you what I've gotten done on that so far. Not much, but we're going to work on that today too, so let's get busy. Bring your model to life with MCV products. Visit them on the World Wide Web at mcvproducts.com. Alright guys, so we're getting started on our Metro van, and this came from, by the way, Jeff over at Wall to Wall Hobbies. You can go to eBay. He's got an eBay store. You can pick up a lot of the different vans there if you want to do a signature vehicle. And remember, it does not have to be a van. It can be, if you want to do a race car with your logo on it, that's fine. But a signature vehicle for your channel. This one I'm going to do as my Don't Touch My Models or my Stash edition. And this Metro van, I've removed the word Metro. I've got something in mind up here. There's a few things that need to be done to this that for my purposes. And I'm going to be showing you that. Just a quick review of the kit. It comes with the bumpers, the chassis, the stock tires and wheels, which we're not going to be using. Your suspension, your seats, steering wheel, all that good stuff right there. So it's a complete kit. And on the body, I went ahead and started a few things. Like I said, I removed Metro from the front. That little accident I had with the motor tool, I've got that smoothed and squared away here, and now I'm working on the side. I've got a little nick in the roof there. I've got that squared away, and I've got a lot of that that's already sanded, and we'll be going over that, blocking that again. And then another little incident that I had, but I've got that about fixed too. So we're going to get that done. The other thing I want to share with you is, you know, when we picked out the tires and wheels, I was test fitting some of them, and I showed you what I had in mind to use, and it doesn't really matter. I'm going to take these back out too. I went through my tire stash, and I'll share something really cool with you here in a sec. I had decided to use these Ansons, but it doesn't matter what tire you use. If you wanted to tuck these up underneath, sorry, out of frame there, up underneath, you're going to have a hard time doing that in the front. Now the back's not so bad. You can set them up in there. The front, you cannot do that. They're going to have to stay right here. And the reason is, you can see right at the edge of the body, well, I got it open there a little bit, but you can see it's right at the edge. So you see where I've already marked where I'm going to create some small tubs in the front. So it'll have a little bit of an arch right here. And it's not going to affect the pedal area over there either, but we'll create a little bit of an arch. So the tires will sit, instead of just sitting up against this, they'll be able to sit probably about that far up in there. So it's not going to be a huge hump, but it'll be enough to tuck them up under there a little bit more. Also, I found in my stash another set of wheels that I think are appropriate, a set of artilleries. Now, while these are 15s, and I still may go with these because I really like them, but going through the stash, I found a set from Norm over at Replicas and Miniatures of Maryland of the artilleries, and these, I'm thinking the classic red on the artillery, white walls, chrome caps. I think these would look good, and based on what I've measured, that's probably about a 16, so a little bit bigger than the Ansons, but that's okay. That's not going to be a big deal. Like I said, we're gonna be able to tuck them up just a little bit, but I don't want to tuck them too high where you're not going to be able to see anything. But I have some stuff coming that hopefully before this video's over, I go to the mailbox. Hopefully they'll be here today. but some armament for the van. But I'm going to go ahead now and get this cut out and do a little test fitting and see how that's going to work, and then we'll clean this up and we'll be back. Our body is about ready for primer. A few things I had to do with this. First of all, I noticed the wheel wells were not quite true, so what I did was just go through paint bottles, and I got one of the old Model Master size, which, as you see, was a perfect fit. And then we just wrapped some sandpaper around the bottle and trued up those front wheel wells. Well, actually, this was the only side that was a little off, and then just kind of worked it until we got that trued up. And I went ahead and did the other side just to be on the safe side, but went ahead and where we put our filler, where that little nick was there, where I'd had the motor tool incident, you can feel now that it's nice and smooth and leveled up. And then that other gouge that I made, and you can see where I've sanded a good bit of this, but I'm going to go ahead and get the first coat of primer on it, and then we'll sand it again. And I'm going to be using right out of the can the Duplicolor automotive primer, and this is the filler and sandable primer, and this is the high build formula. So any little gaps or anything in there, they're going to show up, but I want to try to fill some of those in. And we'll do a light coat of this first, and then we'll get a sand, but we'll let you get a look at that too. And on the chassis, as you see here, we went ahead and cut out where those wheel openings would be, and I discovered they weren't big enough, so we made them a little bit bigger. And then here we are with the tubs, if you will, back in there. And as you see, we've built up on the inside there, and I think that looks really good. And the true test was the fit of the tires. Remember, they were hitting right there, so they would not go any further than like that, which if you're doing just the stock truck, that would have been fine. And this is one of the kit wheels. I put one together just to get a look, and you know, if that was chromed out in there, I'm thinking that might not look too bad either. But to lower it a little bit, it wasn't a problem in the rear, but in the front it would have sat right there. But now, as you can see, we can drop that puppy down big time. And I've been looking at some of the other tires. I grabbed a set of the Pegasus back out, and remember, they were just sitting right there too, and now they'll tuck right up in there, really neat. I like these a little. That's a pretty good little stance there too. I like these a little of all of the ones I've looked at for this one, but I still like those Ansons really nicely. Remember, those were hitting here, and now they'll sit way up in there too. But I went ahead and got one painted up, and as you can see, I think these Artilleries, with that black and white paint job and the red pinstripe up there, I'm thinking this is going to look pretty darn good. And as you see, they tuck up in there really nicely too. I like this, but I also really like this. I have no clue what I'm going to do quite yet. The interior, since the front portion will be seen, the rear portion won't, I'll probably do some metallic black or just black in the rear. And in the interior up front, I'm thinking what I'll do is like I did with a 40 Ford. The doghouse will be white, the dash part will be white, and I've got some carbon fiber decals that'll probably go on. A lot of this stuff up here will be carbon fiber, like on the 40. And I'm thinking about doing the seats in that dark red maroon too, like I did in the 40. So it's going to kind of match up to that first signature vehicle. But I'm thinking we're looking pretty good so far. So what I want to do now is go ahead and get some primer on this. We're going to go ahead and do that. Then we'll come back, take a look at it, and we may wrap this up. Mail came, by the way. I was looking for my armaments for the front, but nothing in the mail today, so that's okay. We'll get to that in the next update. Okay, guys, let me get some primer on these, and we'll be back. Okay, guys, so we've got our primer down on our chassis. I think this is looking pretty good. Yeah, we'll get the bottom done and get working on the chassis, that kind of stuff too, but I think this is looking good. The body, the primer on it, it's pretty smooth. There's a couple of spots I want to go back and rework a little bit. I'll put some mud. I can feel a little crease. You can almost see it right there, a little crease where it sunk in, and that's not bad. You can barely feel it, but I'm going to take some mud, throw it back on there, and then block sand that nice and flat. Other side looks really good, feels good. So we'll be doing that again as well. We'll get a coat or two on here. There were some ridges up here originally that I could see, but you can't see or feel anything. That's just nice and smooth. So far so good. And after we get this block sanded, I'm going to start looking it over for where we want all of the weapons to be. I was thinking about having a rocket pod that popped out on the side here. Not sure yet. We're gonna take a look at that. But I'm gonna, like I said, get some mud on here, sand that back down. Once I get that done, we'll be looking seriously at locations, but this is going to take a little bit more to dry, and because this is 3D resin, I am not putting it in the dehydrator, guys. You can mess one up. To be on the safe side, I'm going to let this just air dry for a little while, and I may look at one of the other vans for the Hippie Dude hot sauce while I'm working on this. I'm waiting for some stuff to come in on the Mustang Sally as well, and I'll be sharing that with you probably in the next video or two, along with an update, as I said, on the T-Bird. Okay, guys, hope y'all have an awesome day. God bless. I'll see you in the next video.